Hey guys, so for this tutorial or like how to, I guess you could call it, you're going to need a few things. So for the first thing that I personally use is tweezers that just look like this. The next thing that I suggest you use are a pair of scissors. The next thing that you're going to need is a small brush. Like, it's like a makeup brush, but I know that some people actually use like a Q-tip, but I just find that this is more accurate, like when you're going to shape your eyebrows, because you want to be as precise as possible because you don't want to make any mistakes on your eyebrows. The next thing that you're going to need is a spoolie. Mine just looks like this. You can use a spoolie or you can use like an eyebrow brush. And of course, the last thing that you're going to need for this tutorial is Nair. Just looks like this. Mine is almost gone because I do this all the time. Like, I've had this for like a year and I haven't run out yet because all I use it for is my eyebrows. So yeah, I definitely recommend this method because who wants to spend constant money on getting their eyebrows done? I used to get mine waxed like every 2 weeks, and that's just too much. Like, for me personally, when I went off to college, I didn't have like a trustworthy salon that I knew could do my eyebrows, so I had to learn how to do them on my own before I left. And this is the method that I chose to learn. So yeah, make sure when you get Nair, like, you have to get the one that says face cream. Like, you cannot get the kind that you put on your legs or anywhere else on your body because that's way too harsh for your face, like the skin on your face. So just make sure of that. One thing about Nair, if you've never used it, Nair has a very strong smell. It's not the most pleasant smell. So yeah, don't think that it's like your skin burning or something like that. That's just the smell of Nair. I think that's about it. So if I come across anything else, I'll mention it as I go along. But yeah, I think that's everything for the most part. So let's go ahead and just jump into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I like to do is put on like a headband or even a scarf, but I couldn't find one right now. So I just put on this headband, and the reason why I do that is because I like to have my hair, you know, kind of like away from my face. One thing that I forgot to mention is that I always use a moisturizer on my face first because Nair is very harsh on the skin, and I want to make sure that my skin is protected. So the moisturizer that I'm using is just the Neutrogena Healthy Defense Daily Moisturizer with sunscreen. So yeah, it can be any moisturizer, anything that's going to just moisturize your skin, you can use that. And even though like this is on my eyebrows, I just moisturize my whole face because it's weird to just moisturize my eyebrows to me and nothing else, like, you know. So I'm just doing everything. Okay, now that my face is nice and moisturized, let's just go ahead and get into the process. Okay, so like I said, the first thing that I like to do is simply brush my eyebrows up like so. Literally, I'm just brushing them in an upward motion. Now that I'm close to the camera, y'all can probably see the hairs down here, and there's hairs over here that I'm going to be trying to remove. So that's my goal. I have hairs growing right here and hairs growing in the middle of this section as well. So I'm going to get those too. So the next, like, they look kind of crazy right now, but the next step is basically I'm going to go in with my scissors and I'm going to trim any excess hair that I see. Now I'm going to do the other side. Okay, so now that I've trimmed both eyebrows, I feel like they look better already, honestly. So I'm going to just brush them back up into the designated shape that I want. So they're pretty much shaped, if y'all can see that, but I just want them a little bit more neat. And you can definitely see the hairs right in this area and above. My problem is my hairline, like my edges, and my eyebrows are so close together that it's like difficult for me sometimes to arch my eyebrows. So I have to be very careful. So if you're like me, make sure you're very careful not to actually remove any of your edges. I mean, I've done that before and it grew back, but I don't know if everybody's will grow back. So just be safe rather than sorry. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is actually put the Nair on. Like, this is the scary part, I feel like. Like, the first time I did it, actually I really wasn't nervous. Like, say if you know how to do your makeup and you do your eyebrows right, so you're going in to do your eyebrows, and then what you're doing underneath is the same. Like, when you go to conceal your eyebrows underneath, that's the same thing we're going to do with the Nair. So yeah. So now I'm going to take my little makeup brush, or you can take your Q-tip, whatever you're using, and the Nair. So I keep saying that I'm running out, so it's kind of hard for me to squeeze this out. But for y'all, if y'all just getting it, it's not going to be hard. But this is going to look kind of gross because it's like a lot of Nair buildup on it, but it's just Nair. But like this looks nasty. But this is like dried up Nair or whatever, but this is the Nair I just squirted. So in my personal opinion, it's best to squirt it out like that so that you don't put too much on the brush instead of doing it directly onto the brush. And then I'll just dip my brush in it like that. So I'll just dip the brush in there. And I get the whole thing covered. Now the brush looks like this. That's the Nair on it. And so now I'm just going to literally remove this hair. I'm going to literally go up underneath my eyebrow and around it. So I'm looking in the mirror down here like I told y'all. So that's why I'm not looking up there. But just watch what I do. So I'm taking the Nair, and first I don't go directly to my hairs. I go up under it because I want to make sure I don't directly put it on my eyebrow, which I don't want. I just want it to get the spare hairs down underneath my eyebrow. So yeah. So I'm going up underneath it. I'm not touching it yet. Now I'm getting the spare hairs. Basically, I'm following the shape of my eyebrow. I'm not making any adjustments or changes. I'm just going to follow the shape of my eyebrow. Okay, so now I've done a perfect arch up under my eyebrow with the Nair, and as you can see, it directly follows my eyebrow arch. So I'm not making anything unnatural. Like, it's not really that hard. You just follow the line. And even though it looks like I'm done, I'm actually not, because over the times that I've done this, I've found out that it's best if you make it thicker where the hairs are. So you just basically apply more, like just go back over it like that. So yeah, that's pretty much what you do. That's what you do on both sides of your eyebrow, on both eyebrows. But actually I'm not done yet, because I still have to do the top, like go over the entire top, because there are hairs here, as you guys can see, and also I'm going to do between my two eyebrows. Okay, so now as you guys can see, I'm literally just following along my eyebrow shape. This is really similar to when you're concealing your eyebrows when you're doing your makeup, so just think of it that way. Almost done. I'm just gonna go farther down and get the rest of the hairs. Okay, so now this eyebrow is done. I'm gonna do this other eyebrow off camera and I'm gonna come back. So yeah. Okay, so now as you guys can see, I finished putting the Nair on both of my eyebrows. Basically the lines are outlining my eyebrows, and that's all that you really do. I went ahead and did the middle part of between my eyebrows, so I went ahead and did that. I kind of forgot to do it on camera. So basically what I did was I brought the brush straight up. As you can see, these are perfect strokes, and I just met the line on top of my eyebrow with the point here, so it's kind of like a square shape. I don't know if everyone likes that shape for their eyebrows. To me, that I don't know if everyone likes the front of their eyebrows to be square shaped like that, but that's how I like mine personally. So that's what I do with mine. Okay, so I look really crazy right now, but another thing that I actually like to do is my top lip. The reason being is because, not that I have necessarily a mustache, but I really like for it to be completely bare, because for me personally, when I'm doing my makeup, if I do makeup and I go over this area and there's even the slightest hair, it's going to look dark and just like kind of like ashy. in a way. So me personally, this is what I like to do. Okay guys, so I'm back. It's been about 10 minutes for my eyebrow time, and that's about as much time as you're supposed to leave it on there. So now I'm going to go ahead and do the removal process and show you guys exactly what I do. So I like to use these makeup removing wipes. I always use makeup removing wipes for some reason. You can also use like a regular rag or a facial towel and just wet it with warm water, but I really like to use these because they're more convenient. I don't have to wash out the hairs from the rag and stuff like that, so yeah. Okay, so I like to take the rag in my fingernail like this. Like I'll put my finger in the rag so it's formed a tip. And since I applied it first underneath, that's where I'm gonna take it off first. So I'm going in a straight line, like so. And you can already see like the results of Nair on your face is really good. Like, that sounds crazy, but. And as you guys can see, there are little hairs that you can see that are being left behind. But actually the hairs are removed. I just have to, you know, like wipe them off, but they have broken off of the skin. Okay, so if you can see that, like I said, these hairs are just left over, but when I wash my face, they're gonna fall off. But can you guys see how good that arch is? Like, it actually gets them really clean and like really neat. Like, it's really crazy. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and do the top of my eyebrow as well. I'm just gonna do it a little bit more messy because I just did that the first time to show you guys, but now it's not really that big of a deal, so yeah. And by the way, a lot of hair does come off on the napkin. It looks kind of nasty, but that's hairs right there. Y'all, look at that brow. It looks so good. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go ahead and do this side. I'm gonna do it really quickly because I've already showed you guys this side, so yeah. Okay, so these are my brows after I've done the Nair. I haven't done anything else like get the tweezers or anything yet. And I will say that this eyebrow came out better because it was on for longer. Like, I did this one first and then I went back and did this one, but I took them off at the same time. If I would have left this one on for longer, it would have looked like this. But I'm not complaining. I'm just gonna go in with the tweezers now and get a few hairs that I missed. Okay, so now as you guys can see, I've took off the Nair from my top lip. And I don't know if y'all can tell, but to me it's a huge difference, like huge. And of course I've already, you know, done my eyebrows and I took them off. I re-wiped them a couple of times, but oh, another tip is when you're removing the hairs, I would suggest going in a circular pattern or even going in reverse, because if you just go in the way that the hair grows, they're going to get a little bit stuck. Like, I feel like the way that Nair works is that it breaks your hairs off from the root, so basically sometimes it has to have a little bit of help to completely, you know, remove itself. So that's why I go in a circle and go in reverse or whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I do. These are my eyebrows. Like, I just feel like this is such a better alternative than going to get them done, because for me it was like $10, so that really adds up every 2 weeks. I don't have a job, so yeah. But I think this looks like really nice. Another suggestion that I have is, even though I wipe my face with that wet wipe, I definitely recommend you go back and wash your face with soap, mild soap. Don't do anything harsh. Don't exfoliate right after this. Don't use anything that's going to burn or sting your skin, because your skin is very fragile at this state. Not fragile, but sensitive at this state. Make sure that you thumbs up if you like the final results. Or if you think that you're going to try this in the future. Make sure you leave any comments down below if I didn't answer any questions that you guys may have. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see y'all in my next one. Bye guys.